Hey everybody, it's Zach, Tennis Pro Doc, helping you improve your game with science. And this morning, we've got the KSwiss Ultrashot 2. Now I'm actually really excited to try these because in all my years of playing tennis, this is actually the first K-Swiss shoe I've actually played with for any length of time. So of course, in a second here, we're gonna take these back to the courts for the suicide, serve, infrared, and play test. But first, I'd like to know what tennis shoe you are most looking forward to in 2021 and which one you'd like to see reviewed on this channel first. All right, so let's find out if these K-Swiss flagships deserve to be considered in the upper echelon of tennis shoes. Here we go. Now the uppers of the Ultrashot 2 are actually pretty interesting. They're more of a maximalist type upper, all the way from the forefoot into the midfoot and rear foot. However, the ankle collar is actually pretty floppy, so you're gonna wanna make sure you use the back eyelet or use the cat's cradle lacing technique to really take advantage of all that stability. And speaking of tying down the laces, one thing K-Swiss did that I absolutely love is add bubble laces to the very distal tip of the shoelaces. It actually doesn't run all the way through the shoe, but in the very tip where you actually tie the lace, it's a bubble lace. So you do get an ultra secure tie down even if you're not double knotting. Now, even with all that plastic in the uppers, they're actually still pretty forgiving. However, they definitely have a restraining quality to them that you really never feel out of control when either you're off balance or especially when all your weight is on one foot. And also you get some robust but not intrusive skid protection on the medial side of the shoe if you're a big hardcourt slider. Now, the biggest thing I notice about the midsole is, well, how big it is. The midsole on the Ultrashots is enormous, especially in the heel, and that's a large reason why these shoes weigh in at 15.3 ounces for a size 10.5. But don't let that weight completely deter you, because in the heel especially, the midsole acts almost like a trampoline, giving you a ton of energy return. And a big reason for that energy return is you're getting 3 different densities in the midsole. Number one, you're getting that really spongy midsole foam directly where your foot contacts the shoe. Then you're getting this plastic reinforcement, which kind of feels like you got a monster truck tire on your foot. And then underneath all of that, you have ultra high density foam underneath. So you're really getting that huge springboard coil effect in the heel, kind of like a trampoline effect, like I just said. Now, the first thing I noticed about the treads of the Ultrashot 2s is that it's a variable angle herringbone. Now, variable angle is actually a principle we use in surgery when reconstructing bones or when shifting bones in the foot. When we put our screws in, we try to do it at varying angles. What that does is it increases the stability and the strength of that construct when the person eventually starts walking on it. Now, K-Swiss did the exact same thing here with the herringbone. Number one, the herringbone that's going straight horizontal, that's going to be great for gripping a hardcourt or even clay. Now, number two, the herringbone that's coming in at these differing angles coming down the foot, that's going to be better for almost like a racing skid, getting you to kind of speed up faster, or also allowing you to slide easier because it's a wider herringbone. So this variable angle herringbone is just great for all courts. It's going to grip everything pretty well, and it's going to stay pretty strong under your foot when trying to grip the court. Now, the fit of these is one of my personal favorites. It's pretty wide in the forefoot. It accommodated my 2E foot only after about 30 minutes of break, and it felt really nice and forgiving. Now, the big thing is, though, the width in the heel. You get a lot of room and you feel ultra stable in the heel. Now, also the length is true, and like I said, the shoe broke in with about 30 minutes. Overall, the shoe was pretty much broken in by about an hour. But, and if you watch any of my videos, there's always a but. When I was reading the marketing materials for these shoes, you'd have thought the Ultrashot 2s were ultra breathable. However, when I was able to do an infrared test on these with an on-court temperature indoors of only 68.9 degrees, these shoes still heated up to 92.2 degrees after only 45 minutes of play. So you are going to make some sacrifices in terms of heat for all that stability and comfort. And so I would recommend, if you are playing with these outdoors, do not go with the darker colorways, especially in the sun and the heat. If you're indoors, it might not be as big of a deal, but if you're gonna buy these outdoors, get the lighter colorways. Now, playtesting in these, the first thing I noticed is how stable the rear foot is and how much energy return the heel gives me. And the times you can really take advantage of those things is number one, with return of serve. When I split step, I get a great stable push off to one side or the other. So even on difficult first serves, I really feel like I could get my foot in position to react really quickly. And number two is moving backwards, hitting more defensive shots. I really felt like when I was hitting off my back foot, I actually felt like I had stabilizer legs, almost like on a tractor. And I feel like that gave me just a little bit more of an edge, maybe just a little bit more pace when I was more defensive or hitting off my back foot. Now, that may just be mental, but even if it is just a mental edge, hey, I'll take any mental edge I can get on the tennis court. Now, I'm not gonna lie, just walking around, you are gonna feel the weight of these shoes. Now, once you start bouncing in them, that energy return does start to kick in. However, after a while, you will start to feel the weight of these shoes. Came in at 14.63 seconds on the suicide test. And I thought that was really remarkable for the shoe, given how heavy it is. It really just shows you, just because a shoe is heavy, doesn't mean it can't move fast, especially how well this shoe grips the hard court and how stable it is on turns. Now this midsole shank combination really came through on the serve test, giving me 30 centimeters of serve height, just showing you that trampoline effect is real. But one of the best parts of the Ultrashot 2s is, in a lot of colorways, you can now get these for under $100. And for that price point, you're actually getting a pretty substantial shoe. So remember, these aren't gonna be feather light shoes, but for under $100 to get this substantial of a shoe, I actually think that's pretty great engineering for the price. But let me know what you think about these shoes, if you think they deserve your time or your money to test out. Let me know in the comments down below. So until the next shoe, hope you all have a great day, great night, wherever in the world you are tuning in from. Make sure to check out the new racket review playlist as well. I'll see you next time.